Rich.
Grace.
Steve.
Anna.
Dawn.
Think back to the last time you were on the beach. You could probably picture it. The sun warming your skin, the sand under your feet, and the sound of the waves. Now think, was there any trash on that beach? I know I can remember there being trash. This is a huge problem for beaches and oceans, and it's causing great harm to marine life, ecosystems, and even people. Today, I hope to shed light on the growing issue of single-use plastic pollution and how it impacts our daily lives. This issue might seem too big to fix, but I'm going to show you that there's realistic solutions that you can fit into your everyday routine. Single-use plastics are a growing threat to both our environment and our health. We'll discuss the scale of the problem, understand what's causing it, and explore easy changes that we can all do. Let's start by understanding the damage single-use plastics are already doing. The pollution from single-use plastics has led to severe environmental damage as well as health concerns. Environmentally, it's staggering. Approximately 8 million tons of plastic waste enter the oceans annually, endangering marine life. In fact, according to Ian Parker, plastics make up about 80% of all marine debris, affecting over 800 different species. That means every time we throw away a plastic fork or bottle, there's a chance it ends up in the ocean, harming turtles, birds, and fish. Microplastics are tiny fragments that come from broken down plastic and are now everywhere. Parker also talks about how they've been found in the Arctic snow, deep ocean trenches, and mountain air. These particles are so small that fish, birds, and even plankton eat them, and this disrupts the entire food chain. But it's not just nature that suffers from this microplastic. There are serious health concerns for people too. When animals consume plastic, it lingers in their digestive systems, and it can even work its way into its muscles. That means when we eat seafood or birds, we may also be eating tiny plastic particles. In fact, according to Betsy Reed, microplastics have been found in human lungs, blood, and even placentas. The potential health impacts include inflammation, DNA damage, and even cancer risks. Now that we understand the consequences of the problem, let's dive into the causes of our dependence on single-use plastics. Our dependence on single-use plastics comes from the sheer convenience of these products, a lack of awareness, and a weak waste management system. First, there's our convenience culture. We often prefer single-use plastics because they're cheap, lightweight, and disposable. These habits have become part of our daily routines, whether it's grabbing a plastic straw or packing our lunch in a Ziploc bag. Second, there's a lack of awareness. Many people don't realize that just 9% of all plastic ever produced has been recycled, according to the EPA. Personally, I thought we were doing a decent job with recycling, but the truth is most plastics end up in landfills or back into the environment. Then we have systemic issues. Even when people do try to recycle, the infrastructure often isn't capable of handling the volume. Some plastics are just too hard to recycle. To make matters worse, major corporations still wrap products in single-use plastic, even as awareness grows. That is according to the United Nations Environmental Program. This creates a feeling of helplessness. People want to do the right thing, but feel like they won't make a difference without bigger changes. That's why public pressure and better policies are essential. Having explored the causes, from habits to system failures, let's now focus on how each of us can be part of the solution. If each of us adopts a reusable alternative and supports systemic changes, we can make a real difference. Let's start with individual actions. By using a reusable water bottle, you could save an average of 156 plastic bottles per year, every single day. Or per year. That is according to Earth Day. Bring a reusable fabric bag maybe to the store instead of using plastic ones, which are notoriously hard to recycle. Pick up plastic if you see it on the ground. Use reusable Tupperware or plastic or glass containers instead of cling wrap. These are all small changes that you could do, but really add up. We also need policy and corporate change. Across the US and the world, bans on plastic bags and straws are gaining momentum. You can make an impact by voting for leaders and supporting laws that back these efforts. And when it comes to corporations, you have the power. Choose to buy from companies that are reducing their plastic footprint. The best way to get companies to listen is to affect their profits. Let's review. Single-use plastics are damaging to our environment and our health. The causes come from convenience and poor infrastructure, but change is possible starting with the choices we make and the pressure we apply. I urge each of you to reduce your single-use plastic consumption starting today. Changes don't need to be dramatic. Even one swap from a plastic water bottle to a reusable one makes all the difference. So here's my final request. Next time you go to the grocery store, remember this speech and bring a reusable bag instead of taking a plastic one. While you're there, maybe pick up a reusable water bottle. If everyone works together and does their part, we can make change.